if I'm removed or stepped down from a fiduciary role, such as executor or trustee, am I liable for the actions of the next person? This is a pretty interesting question, and I don't think I've touched on it really at all. So thank you for that. Before we get to the answer, I'd like you to think about a friend of yours who's struggling with a scenario that creeped into their lives, but they were better prepared because you shared our videos. We would appreciate it, as will your friend. I'm Valerie Zammitti, an estate planning attorney in New York and New Jersey, and we're here to educate everyone for free. So please drop us your questions, and hopefully together we're going to help some folks along the way. Now, fiduciary is just a fancy term for person of responsibility, right? Whether that's for health decision-making, financial decision-making, the trustee after someone has passed, or what have you. That person, right, is responsible for their own actions, not necessarily anybody else's before or after them. And usually when you change hands, you sign off to that effect as well, so that one person is not responsible for the actions of the other. But remember, it is a responsibility, right? You shouldn't take for granted that you were entrusted to take the steps needed to administer the estate/trust, right? You are tasked with collecting the assets and knowing all that was there at the decedent's passing, figuring out what debts exist that have to be paid, maintaining ongoing expenses if there was like a mortgage or utilities for a house and things like that. And then show what you've done to the other beneficiaries so that they can sign off on it when you are making distribution. So there's a lot involved with this process. And you should keep in mind further that if you work with a qualified counsel, right, a law firm that handles and helps with the administration process, all of it can be made easier and not have you incur all of the overwhelm with having to do these processes alone. However, if you feel that these tasks are too much for you to handle, even with some assistance, you should notify the attorney, hopefully there's one involved, or the successor agent so that you can either step down or not be named initially at all, because it is a lot to take on. And despite counsel being involved, there are steps to be taken. So it's not a light and easy lift, especially after having lost a loved person in your life. So we hope that this has helped give you some insight, you've learned something new, and that you choose to share. And as always, please take care.